Hello and welcome to this course. In this development, we're going to develop an iOS application using the Swift programming language with Firebase backend. By the time we are done developing this application, we will have something like this, which is essentially a shopping list application where users can add new lists and they can share those lists with their friends and they can all collaborate on buying stuff or adding items to it. Let me give you a quick demonstration of how it works. So if I have my final product and I have a user called John that is currently logged in, I can go ahead and say, give me a new list. And let's say this new list is buy for office. And these are the things that, I want to purchase for office or my user wants to do it. So for there, my user can add a few items, let's say pens. We also need some pencils, maybe a cartridge for printer, and maybe a few other things. And then once we have this list, we can actually share that with other users and we can all collaborate on it, such as if I go to a place and I find the cartridge for a good price, I can purchase that and click that off, say that already has been purchased. And then if another user goes to their app and opens that up, they see the same thing. They realize that someone else has purchased that one, so they can, work on the other ones. Now, the thing that's very interesting about this development is very expandable. You can simply take this application and make it a chat application if you want, or essentially make it any kind of application that needs a backend communication. Throughout the development, I will cover the Firebase extensively. We'll do all sorts of authentication, registration, login, logout, as well as writing data to different nodes, as well as reading data and querying and searching within our data, which is pretty much most everything you need to do with a backend service. And once you're done with this application, you should know a few things. You should be able to do a lot of different interface designs. That's what we do for our two different view controllers. You will learn a lot about local data structures, how we save information on our local disk. Because in our application, you could actually choose to be offline, log out, and work offline. And now all of these information are maintained on your device if you don't want to share these lists with anyone, or if you want to share just one of them, but those other two are maintained offline. So we will learn about those. We will learn, of course, Firebase and backend data communications. We will learn a lot about custom classes and custom functions and class functions. We will work heavily on modularizing our code and trying to break it into very small pieces, so each of them becomes quite a small class or a small function that is easily understandable. And above everything, we learn how to think about database applications. So if we have a database application and it needs the backend, what are the different steps we need to take to do it properly? So these are the things that you will learn by the end of this course. When you want to join the course at the beginning of the course, my assumption is that you understand the basics of programming. You know what is XCode, you know what is iOS simulator, and you have some understanding of topics such as variables, classes, or things such as functions. And finally, this course is designed for anyone who has a basic understanding of iOS application development and they wants to have an intermediate understanding of them, or if you want to learn backend communication specifically, or if you want to learn Firebase specifically, this course would be very, very useful for you. And I would also suggest to you that from time to time, as we are doing our development, come back to this lesson and look at the application, look at the final application, so that you get a sense of what is happening and why are we doing different things. For instance, this button, when we click on it, we get login, register, or log out, and we get a cancel. If we are not currently logged in and we go in here and we tap on the share this, we get a little message saying that you have to log in first. Or this button gives us a little visual feedback. If I was logged in, let me log in with one of the users, eve@synert.ca, eve12345. So if we were logging to anyone, this button would be green. So it actually kind of stands to reason that as you go through this course, you make sure that you occasionally come back here and have a look at what's going on in here, and you understand why we are doing different things. Throughout the development, feel free to drop me a line if you had an issue or if a certain thing didn't make sense to you. And I hope to see you guys at the finish line. Good luck.